So in this last video on Union Wildcard, let's understand how we can automate much of the manual work in dragging and dropping this union each time a new file comes in. The scenario that happens is typically a daily file is generated or a weekly, monthly, something is generated by a program or somebody which follows a certain naming convention, right? So we don't really have to each time go and tell Tableau by dragging and dropping. Can we tell Tableau, pick up the files in this folder or in this sheet? So now let's take the simpler case, start with the simpler case where all the files are stored in the same Excel itself. That means we want to combine all the sheets. Then we will handle the case where we want to even combine multiple Excel sheets. Here is the data set. So what I have done is, so we're starting from the first class on Union. So we have some of these data sets which handle different types of problems. I put them all together. So in total, you could see there are 6 extra data sets apart from the original 10 row. Yeah, so that's 6 into 5, 30 plus 10, 40 rows are there totally. So now let's combine all of them. And you would agree with me, it's going to be very tedious to do one by one. Let's see, is there a way to automate this to do it faster? So here is the starting point in Tableau. So I have brought up the union dialog and it has only this employee master. So if you paid attention, there is this thing called automatic, right? So this is called manual, whereas this is called wildcard automatic. So if you go here, Tableau is super helpful in terms of its instructions. So for example, here, if you focus, it gives you use star to match any string of characters. For example, sales star finds everything that starts with sales. Super, very good documentation. And also blank means include all. So now we want to include all the sheets because all of them are our data set, right? So let's just see apply and see what happens. So all the 40 records have come here. This is very clear. So if you go here, this is, we are not able to see. The only disadvantage in a wildcard scenario is this dialog box does not really tell you what are the sheets, right? So to do that, the validation report we have developed, right, that would kind of be helpful, right? So now all the employee numbers with department, employee number count, all of that them have come, all the 40 records have come, right? So now let's understand a few more options that are available here. So if you go here, not only include, you could even exclude something, right? For example, if you want to exclude the original data, right? So we want, for example, anything which has, let's say V1 in its name, we want to exclude. So let's see what happens. So if you go here, so now that V1 is gone, which is the original file, which is the 10 row file, that's gone. The rest of the files are there. So you can see already it is quite powerful. So now let's bring back to including all of the things. So here, for example, I can call it employee master star, which will already include everything. So which is the same 40 records. But if you have 1 or 2 sheets which has slightly different convention which you do not want, for example, there are sometimes instruction sheets and other things that are there generated by the program which we do not want, then you could very well exclude them. So the other case is, how do we deal with if the same data is in different Excels, which we will cover in the next video, yeah, which has a lot more options. So that's all with respect to doing wildcard union within a single sheet.